Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Gasp Tech. This is the 7th video in the series Python programming. In the previous video, we discussed about the first sequence data type, that is list. Now we are moving on to the next sequence data type, that is tuples. Let us see the major difference between the list and tuples. So similar to list, tuples are also an ordered sequence of elements separated by commas. So since it is an ordered sequence of elements, the same indexing that we discussed for lists are applicable for tuples as well. But the difference is that here the elements are written within parentheses, whereas in list we use square brackets. So here is an example. See here, a tuple can have any data type similar to the list. They are separated by commas and they are written within parentheses instead of square brackets. The major difference between list and tuple is that the elements in the tuple are immutable, which means you cannot change an element within a tuple, whereas you were able to change it in the list. So we will see with an example. So the indexing of tuples is the same as that of list. So let us take the same tuple. Let us move on to this Python shell window. I have already created the tuple here. So the indexing is similar to your list. So the indexing starts with 0. So 1 is index 0, 2.3 is index 1, 2 plus 5j is index 2. The string hello is index 3 and the list is index 4. Okay. So let us print index 3. So we are getting the string, right? Index 2, which will be the complex number. So let us try that. So if I print index 2, I will get the complex number. Now if I try to change the value, say let me try to change the value in index 1, that is previously we are having 2.3, I am trying to change it to 2. Now it shows a type error. The tuple object does not support item assignment, which means that tuples are immutable. It cannot add new items or it cannot change the existing items in the tuple. Okay. Now this is a string, right? Within this string the indexing starts from 0. So the string is present in index 3 and within the string I can access a particular element. Suppose if I want to access E, so the indexing starts from 0. This is 0, this is E. Okay. E is index 1. So A of 3 accesses the string hello and within that index 1 accesses the alphabet E. So if I press enter, so I will get E. Similarly, I can access the elements within the list. So the list is present in index 4 and within the list, say for example if I want to access 7. So this is index 0, 1 and 2. So the index is 2. So within A of 4 can be used to access the list. Within that the index 2 gives 7. Now another important thing in tuples is that, so in this particular tuple we can change the values inside the list. List is a mutable data type, whereas string is an immutable data type. So the entries inside the list can be changed, but the whole list cannot be changed because that is stored in the tuple. See, in this tuple the values inside the list can be changed as they are mutable, but the list as a whole cannot be changed or removed because it is stored inside a tuple. Let us see this. Now if I want to change 6, instead of 6 I want to put 3. So I can say that A of 4, the 6 is in index 1, I can change it as 3. Now if I print A, you can see that the 6 is replaced with 3. But if I want to change the entire list, okay, say A of 4, instead of list I want to go for a floating point number, that will not work because the list itself is stored inside a tuple. So you cannot change the list, but you can change the entries inside the list because the list is a mutable data type. This is a very useful difference that we can make use of in many situations. Okay. And we have discussed a number of functions for list, right? Out of those functions, only 2 functions are applicable for tuple. One will be the index function. If I want the index of a particular element, say for example if I want the index of 2.3, so it shows index 1. So 1 is index 0, 2.3 is index 1. So it gives the index 1. And if I want to count the value, if I want to count the number of ones, so here we are having only one here, so it will show 1, right? So these two does not change any value inside the tuple, it only shows a value in index for a particular value, and this one it shows the count of numbers present inside the tuple. So, it does not change anything inside the tuple. That is why these two functions are applicable for tuple, whereas all the other functions that we discussed for list, they are used for either changing, inserting a value or deleting a value, sorting or reversing. All those things are used to change the entries. Since any entry cannot be changed inside a tuple, those functions are not applicable for tuple. Only these two functions are applicable for the tuple, right? The advantages of tuple. The first point, tuples are generally used for heterogeneous data types, which means that it can support multiple data types, as we have demonstrated now. And tuples can be used to write protect your data, which means since you cannot change the values inside the tuple, once you store the elements inside the tuple, it can never be changed. It is protected. So, it can be used to write protect the data. And tuples can be used as dictionary keys. Dictionary is yet another data type we are about to discuss in the upcoming videos. So, dictionary consists of some values called keys which cannot be changed, which should be protected data. So, there we can use tuples. So, these are all the advantages of tuples. So, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, give your comments, and if you want to access more such videos, subscribe to my channel, and if you want periodical notification, hit the bell button. Thank you.